Luna's Bedtime Stories. Luna's Christmas Wish. Once upon a time in the cozy town of Bayville, there lived a little girl named Sunny Yu. Sunny was a bright and curious child who had always loved the magic of Christmas. Her parents had embedded annual traditions into their holiday routine, like watching Christmas movies and leaving out fresh-baked cookies for Santa. However, as Sunny was now growing older, her belief in Santa Claus began to wane. In the weeks leading up to Christmas this time around, a subtle change occurred in young Sunny Yu. The once enthusiastic and wide-eyed girl, who always eagerly anticipated the arrival of Santa Claus, began to withdraw from the holiday spirit. Sunny's room, which used to be adorned with colourful decorations, now seemed dim, and her enthusiasm for Christmas had dimmed along with it. Sunny, now a more thoughtful and perceptive child, had started questioning the existence of Santa Claus. Her classmates at school, fueled by their own doubts, had planted seeds of skepticism in her mind. As the days of December passed, Sunny found herself unable to believe in the enchanting tales of Santa's magical workshop and his sleigh pulled by reindeer. The sparkle that once lit up her eyes when she spoke of Christmas had faded, replaced by a quiet uncertainty. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Yu, noticed the change in their daughter's demeanour and felt a sense of sadness. One evening, as the glow from the fireplace casting a warm light, Mr. and Mrs. Yu sat in the living room to discuss the important matter at hand. Mr. Yu, a gentle and caring man with a twinkle in his eye, sighed and said, "I've noticed that Sunny doesn't seem as excited about Christmas this year. It's like she's given up on the magic of it all." Mrs. Yu, a loving and nurturing woman, nodded in agreement. "I've tried talking to her about it, but she just brushes it off. She doesn't even seem to care for presents either. I don't want her to lose the joy of Christmas. It used to be her favourite time of the year." During their discussion, Luna, their sleek black cat, lounged on the hearth, listening intently to the conversation. Mr. and Mrs. Yu exchanged worried glances, wondering how to rekindle the Christmas spirit for their beloved Sunny. Together, the parents devised a plan to bring the magic of Christmas back into Sunny's life. But little did they know that their black cat, Luna, was already one step ahead, crafting a plan of her own to ensure that the Yu family would once again experience the enchantment of the holiday season. Luna, being a clever feline with a heart as warm as her fur was dark, decided to take matters into her own paws. That night, when the house was silent and everyone was asleep, Luna stealthily crept into Sunny's room. She approached the desk where Sunny had left a half-finished letter to Santa. Luna, using her nimble claws, finished the letter instead. She pleaded with Santa that her best friend was losing her faith in the Christmas magic and if there was any way he could help. Luna signed the letter with a paw print and a secret message that only Santa would understand. Luna sealed the letter into an envelope, stamped it, and addressed it to Mr. Santa Claus at the North Pole. She hid it into the pile of mail Mrs. Yu was planning to take to the post office. And just as Luna had planned, the following day, her letter was on its way. As Christmas Eve approached, Luna kept a close eye on Sunny, who continued teetering between belief and skepticism. At the start of the season, Sunny clung to the remnants of her childhood wonder. She revelled in the twinkling lights, the aroma of freshly baked cookies, and the excitement of hanging stockings by the fireplace. The stories of Santa's North Pole workshop and the tales of his reindeer-pulled sleigh still echoed in her heart, and she delighted in the anticipation of Christmas morning. However, the seeds of doubt planted by her school friends began to sprout. Innocent whispers on the playground and hushed conversations in the cafeteria fueled Sunny's analytical side. She found herself pondering the logistics of Santa's global gift delivery, the physics of a sleigh flying around the world in a single night, and the plausibility of fitting down chimneys. As Christmas approached, the tension within Sunny reached its peak. The flickering flame of belief still glowed just slightly, fueled by the enchantment of the season and the love she felt for her family. Little did she know that the upcoming events, orchestrated by her clever feline friend Luna and her determined parents, would tip the scales of belief back in favour of the magic she so desperately wanted to hold on to. The night of Christmas Eve, Sunny and her parents all went to sleep early, falling into a deep slumber after a hearty meal of meat and potatoes. Luna, in the living room, also lay down and prepared herself for a good night's rest. There were only a few hours left until Christmas, and she had faith that Santa would respond to her letter before then. When suddenly, there was a jingling sound from the fireplace, and a hearty "Ho, ho, ho" echoed around her. She jolted awake and found none other than Santa Claus himself, standing by the twinkling tree with a sack full of presents. Luna's eyes widened with amazement as she looked at the man in the red suit. Santa, with a twinkle in his eye, bent down and whispered to Luna, "Your letter warmed my heart, Luna. Thank you for still believing in me." Luna purred and rubbed herself up against Santa's sleeve. His red flannel suit was thick and luscious, just the way she liked it. Santa lay out all his presents for the Yu family and made sure to point out a tall box labelled, "For Luna." He then proceeded to take massive bites out of the sugar cookies Sunny and her parents set on the fireplace. "Delicious!" Santa shouted. "Hey Luna, since you're awake, would you like to join me on a magical sleigh ride? Things sure are busy tonight. I could use all the help I can get." Without hesitation, Luna hopped onto Santa's palm, and in a blink of an eye, he transported them outside where they were seated comfortably in his sleigh. The sleigh was beautifully adorned with twinkling lights and jingling bells. And just like in all of the Christmas folk tales, Santa's renowned team of reindeer were harnessed to the front. Santa, with a hearty laugh, introduced Luna to his extraordinary team. "Meet Dasher and Dancer, Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid, Donner and Blitzen," he said, gesturing to each reindeer with a twinkle in his eye. Luna couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and reverence in their presence. These weren't ordinary reindeer. They were a fantastical spectacle, their coats shimmering like moonlit snow and their antlers adorned with glistening ornaments. Luna marvelled at the way their hooves barely touched the ground, leaving a trail of sparkles in the night sky. Each reindeer radiated a warm and gentle glow, and Luna could sense the magic emanating from them. Then, with a sweep of Santa's hand, the sleigh soared into the starlit sky as the reindeer led the way. Luna and Santa embarked on a wondrous journey, flying over snowy landscapes and through shimmering clouds. Luna couldn't believe her luck. She was not only riding with Santa Claus, but she was also part of spreading Christmas magic. In typical kitty fashion, Luna nestled herself on a soft patch of fur beside Santa. She was so excited, she made biscuits on his coattail the entire way. Together, they flew over snow-covered landscapes, frost-kissed forests, and moonlit lakes. With a press of a button, Santa dropped down presents to all the nice children's homes below. In between jobs, he made sure to give Luna generous nuzzles on the head. As the night unfolded, Luna realized that the magic of Christmas extended far beyond the confines of human belief. In the company of Santa and his enchanting reindeer, Luna felt the timeless spirit of giving, love, and wonder that made Christmas a truly extraordinary and magical time. She had never stopped believing in Santa and wanted to make sure Sunny would never give up on him as well. They spent the entire night flying around the country, and by the end of it, Luna was beat. Santa noticed Luna's eyes slowly drifting to sleep and knew that it was time for her to head home after working hard all night. As they returned to Bayville, Santa gently placed Luna back on the Yu family's rooftop, and with another "ho, ho, ho," he disappeared into the night. In the midst of his departure, Santa's sleigh made all kinds of noises. The sleigh bells were ringing, and the reindeer were stomping their hooves. Sunny, awakened by the sound, rushed to her window, wondering what all the ruckus was. To her surprise, she caught a glimpse of Santa in all his glory. There was his red suit, his long white beard, and of course his very sparkly sleigh. Sunny rubbed her eyes in disbelief. Then she ran to her parents' room. "Mom! Dad! I saw Santa! I saw Santa!" Sunny screamed, jumping up and down in front of her half-asleep parents. Mr. and Mrs. Yu smiled contentedly, pleased that their daughter had reignited her Christmas spirit. The two parents proceeded to put on their robes, and the three of them made their way down to the Christmas tree. There they found Luna nestled on the living room sofa, wearing a mysterious, satisfied smile. My, what is this?" Mrs. Yu beamed as the presents under their tree had tripled overnight. There were beautiful gift boxes with sparkling red gift wrap and gold bows. Some were labelled for Mr. Yu, others for Mrs. Yu, and of course for sweet little Sunny. Mrs. Yu made sure to open Luna's present first for her furry little friend. It was a large cat tree, complete with a scratching board and dangling toys. "Looks like Santa has a special little place in his heart for you, Luna," said Mrs. Yu, looking over at the sleepy black cat. Luna crawled to the utmost level of the tree and closed her eyes, ready to fall asleep. Her trip with Santa had worn her out. All she wanted was for her family to be happy on Christmas Day, and she felt proud knowing that her plan had succeeded. She purred and purred as she enjoyed the coziness of her new cat tree. Sunny too was distracted by her glimpse of Santa to care much about the presents before her. Instead, she opened up a sketch pad and immediately started drawing him from memory. It was a moment she never wanted to forget. And so, Luna's Christmas wish had come true. Sunny's faith in Santa had been restored, and her parents were pleased to see their daughter relishing in the holidays once again. Sometimes, the magic of Christmas could be found in the most unexpected places, even in the heart of a clever black cat named Luna. The end.